Dumelang babuhi la tseba hore ha se mo ke nna bonolo mo atledi ba ntswang ba re ke Miss B morara Miss Team atledi the bone la tseba hore ha se mo gwa ke molao hore re kopane tsatsing lena empa ha ke mo ntsatsing lena la tseba hore nka se mo ntsatsing lena ke na le wa rate hambuhle.
Hey Body B, I am super excited to be with you this afternoon. After school is after school, and today we'll be delving into the best of children's news from right here in Mzansi to all across the world. Igama lami ngumhlonhlo Buhle Geleba inzwakazi yasemampondomiseni, and right about now let's head straight into our headlines.
We celebrate International Mother Tongue Day this week with Ambani Africa, an educational app that teaches kids African native languages.
We take a look at the Nelson Mandela's Children's Parliament and find out all about its role in children's voices being heard.
We end the show by exploring the world of storytelling in our native languages with our friends from Nalibali.
Let's take a look at what's making headlines in our very own country.
Let us look at what is making headlines in our very own country. We start in Pretoria in Gauteng. One of the country's political parties, the Patriotic Alliance, has shown concern over what they call prioritizing of foreign nationals over South Africans at eSikhisini Primary School in Salisbury. This comes as reports surfaced that 60% of pupils at the schools are Shona speaking. The party has further alleged the school is pushing Shona to be adopted as one of the languages at the school. However, the school authorities have disputed the allegations, further saying only 20% of its learners are of Zimbabwean origin. In the Eastern Cape, the academic year of 2024 remains bleak and uncertain for learners with special needs. Some remain on the waiting list, some for years now, while the list keeps growing. Although the province has 45 special needs schools, it is not sufficient to cater for the demand. We hope the government can intervene and build more schools around Eastern Cape. Still in the Eastern Cape, learners from schools in the rural areas around Umtata are benefiting from coding and robotics lessons. That is thanks to coding and robotics developer Ketwa Songoni, who has taken it upon himself to introduce these subjects to the learners. His aim is to enforce coding comprehension at the early age, something that is sure to benefit the country in the future. Finally, are you a soccer fan? This one is just for you. South Africans gathered at the OR Tambo International Airport to welcome the South African football team Bafana Bafana as they set foot on home soil after their historic performance in Ivory Coast. The team made the country proud at the Africa Cup of Nations tournament, finishing third to win bronze. Halala Bafana Bafana. And that is all we have in the news around our very own country.
Now let's check what's making headlines in the news around the world.
News around the world. Let's jet off to the west of Africa in Côte d'Ivoire. Ivory Coast has won the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations. The host nation claimed the third title with a 2-1 victory over Nigeria in the final. It was a triumph born from diversity as the Ivorians had scraped out of their group following 2 defeats. Ivory Coast has won the tournament 3 times, most recently as host. Then they previously won in 1992 and in 2015 as well. As the KNR team, we would like to say congratulations to the Ivorians. Now off to India. Indian security forces fired tear gas at protesting farmers to stop them from marching to New Delhi as they demanded higher prices for their produce. You see, the farmers say that the government has not kept the promises made during the 2021 protest. They are also demanding pensions and have asked the government to waiver their debts. The government has appealed to the farmers to come forward for a discussion regarding their demands. Now let's travel to Haiti. Gang violence is a huge impediment in Haiti. Hundreds of people have been displaced from their homes. Seeing groups of people walking carrying their belongings in bags is a usual sight in this country. Violence has spiked in the Haitian capital as police battle alliances with heavily armed gangs estimated to control the city, fueling humanitarian crisis that has seen hundreds of thousands of people flee their homes to escape violence. And finally, our journey around the world ends in Argentina. Queues grow longer as inflation soars. For struggling families, this is a lifeline, with 4 in 10 people in the country now estimated to be living in poverty as inflation in January 2024 hit 20.6%. From children to the elderly, local families waited in a line at Sal de Tierra kitchen soup. All the families that you see here are waiting for food, as many people in Argentina are struggling to continue with their livelihoods. For some, this might be their only meal. We hope that the Argentinians will receive the humanitarian assistance they desperately need. Let's head back to the studio where Buhle and Bunolo are waiting for us.
We are still celebrating the month of love. Now, our friends sent us more videos about Valentine's and the month of love. Let's hear what you guys have to say about LOVE.
Love is an emotion. Love is everything that makes you happy. Love is a kind heart. With love, anything is possible. Love is everything that makes you happy. Love is a mother to all. Love is life. So what is Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day is a day for love. It's a day where hatred is not allowed. It's a day for nobody to be mad. It's a day where wars should stop. It's a day where even if nobody loves you, they should, because it's a day for love.
Before we head to break, let's see what our celebrities are up to.
Let's check out what our celebrities have been up to lately. Usher headlined the Super Bowl halftime show in Las Vegas. But he wasn't the only performer that the football fans got to see. Other celebrities also took part in the festivities surrounding the 2024 big game. Alicia Keys joined the singer as a special guest in the halftime show, starting off her performance with the hit If I Ain't Got You. The duo also collaborated and performed their beautiful track from 2004 titled My Boo. For the second segment of the performance, Usher appeared in roller skates as he performed his charter topper OMG with will.i.am. The show was absolutely spectacular. The next Super Bowl game is scheduled to be played in February the 9th, 2025 at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. We'll see you there. In other news, Queen Bee has announced the second album in her Renaissance trilogy, which will be released on the 29th of March this year. The big news were accompanied by 2 singles, one called Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. These 2 singles indicate that Act 2 will be a country-themed album. That's all we have for you in our world of celebrities.
And I'll be damned if I can't slow down.
Have you heard about the Nelson Mandela's Children's Parliament? I'm sure you're curious to find out what it's all about. So don't touch that dial because we're going to be catching up with them right after these. You're still watching Kids Newsroom on SABC2, SABC Plus, as well as SABC Legae. The Children's Parliament, which is held in honor of South Africa's first democratic president, Tata Nelson Mandela, is a platform created to serve as a channel for child participation and afford them an opportunity to influence policy as well as programs targeted to ensuring their rights are realized.
Just last year, they held their 11th sitting in Bisho, which saw Dikgang Morodu and Kazimla Adam emerge as the President and Speaker of the Parliament, respectively. As we celebrate World Day of Social Justice tomorrow, let's talk more about the Parliament and some of the robust engagements they hold. Joining us via Zoom is the President himself, Dikgang, and Western Cape Ambassador, Isabella. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi.
Okay, guys, so can you tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Ladies first, please. Thank you, Rehan. So my name is Isabella David. I'm a matric student at Thompson Girls High School. Like you guys said, I am from the Western Cape Town. Yeah, I'm currently 17 years old. I'm the deputy head girl for my school. And I joined the Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament in about February last year.
Okay, so Isabella, how long have you been part of the Nelson Mandela's Children's Parliament, and what does this mean for you?
So I've been a part of it since February 2022, and it was when I was elected to be the ambassador as well, and it has been absolutely amazing. I've loved working with people from across South Africa. We've interacted a lot with different ministers and government officials, and it has been absolutely amazing. The children as well, we've worked with not just a part of the Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament, but from across. It's been amazing.
That's nice. So, Dikgang, how long have you been a member of the Nelson Mandela's Children's Parliament?
I can say I have 8 months now, since last year, July. And I think I was elected on the 18th of July, which is the birthday of the former president, Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament founder.
All right. Now, Dikgang, let's get into the roles and responsibilities. What are your roles and responsibilities in the Children's Parliament?
My role is to ensure that all sort of issues that children go through, especially for the medical area, child participation,
Yes.
child development, and also child survival and education. In all those thematical areas, it is my responsibility to analyze if there are certain gaps that the government is not prioritizing. And I am not the only one who takes decision. I have the executive that I was elected with. So we actually meet during some certain periods to actually discuss on how we can come up with a plan of action to make sure that we enhance and advocate for the rights of children. And one of the key important role of a president of the Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament is to make sure that he attends certain events or
Yes.
programs or campaigns, because he has to be there to hear from the children who will be engaging in those sort of campaigns, and then taking note and then coming up with ways on how he or she can deal with those certain issues. And which is lastly to make sure that we put the government accountable. It is one of the most important responsibility as a leadership of the Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament, because we are not, we're not independent, right? We are just there to make sure we support and advocate for the rights of children. But the main people who have to make sure that children's rights are dealt with are the government. So that's why I'm saying it is our responsibility to make sure that we put the government and relevant people accountable.
That's very nice. So, Isabella, we hear that you've been at the recent sauna. So, what did you do for this momentous occasion?
So during the whole sauna week, as we call it, we attended multiple events. We were lucky enough to sit down with the president's speechwriter and actually have dialogue with her. We spoke about areas that as children we feel need to have more attention, as the Hang said. We spoke about how the education system and how we need to see more quality education. We spoke about corruption in our country. We spoke about universities and how competitive it is to actually get into a university or TVET college. And we told her basically what, as children, we feel are the needs and what we need from government. And yeah, we spoke down with her. It was, like I said, incredible. And then the next day, the day that the sauna was actually held, we had a watch party where we analyzed the speech and basically heard whether or not what we spoke about was there and heard, well, put down in the speech.
All right, now let's start with Dikgang. Do you have any message to the children of South Africa and the leaders of South Africa? We'll start with you, Dikgang, and also coming back to Isabella.
Thank you very much for that question. One of the main message that I would like to put in place for every child and every leader, I will start with the child. I want to let every single child to know that you have rights, and those rights are meant for you in order for you to have a better life and a better future. And as children of South Africa, one of the biggest issues is that you don't know your rights. And I think that's where we have failed, especially as leaders and as government. So it's very important to make sure that each and every single child knows his or her own right, and they have to make sure that they stand for their rights. One of the major issues that we face right now, one of the biggest contributor of them all is because of young children don't know about their rights.
Thank you so much, Dikgang. I'm so sorry to catch you there, but we've run out of time, unfortunately. But we will pick up the conversation at a later stage. Unfortunately, we have to break it over there. Let's quickly go to an ad break. Kasibuya, everything that you have been waiting for and been wanting to see, you'll catch it right here. We'll be back just now. Welcome back to Kids Newsroom on SABC2, where you belong. As you know, this week we are celebrating International Mother Tongue Day, which is observed on the 21st of February. Ambani Africa is an educational app that is teaching African native languages. This app covers 6 local languages. It started off as a free gaming app for foundational phase learners to learn African languages, but it has now evolved in ways that one could have never imagined. Our producer, Vuyokazi Kafile and Levante Shiba, paid them a visit.
What's up, KNR? It's Vante, and we are at Bramfontein right here at Ambani Africa. Now, Ambani Africa is a cool learning app which was started back in 2018, and they make fun learning apps for kids right here in SA. Without wasting any more time, let's check out what they have.
From the heart of South Africa comes a groundbreaking initiative in education, Ambani Africa. Founded in 2018 by Mukundi Lambani, this innovative app is transforming the way students learn and interact with their mother language.
What has been the inspiration with Ambani Africa is the need to actually provide resources to learners to learn into their mother tongue, and the big issue that is actually around in the country.
Ambani Africa offers a free language app with 18 language options, providing grade 1 to grade 12 learners with a unique way to learn in their mother tongue.
We've got about 18 languages currently on the platform, and we're covering, I would say, probably 70 to 80% of all the languages in South Africa, but we've also been tapping into outside of Africa. And it's basically that beautiful global village where you are able to learn mathematics, for instance, at a basic level, but in a particular language.
There's nothing better than combining education and technology, especially in today's fast-paced and technology-inclined lifestyles. Hope you had an amazing time with us here at Ambani Africa, and head on over to www.mbani.africa for more. But for today, see you again. That's all. Bye.
hantle butle wa itse ha ke gone go ithusa empa ke ikutlwa ke le motlotlo ka puo ya heso ka bana ke karolo ya seo ke leng sona le gore na ke tswa ho kae ebile ke kamone ya botho ba ka le setso seo ke se ratang re ile ga le botsisa mono hae gore puo ya heno e bolelang ho wena mme ke seo le le sona o se bua
ne bana tsena go falesa go bela ririmi ra manana na loko itsuka ihlangana na van'wana tindhawini ta le swin'we galahlekelana ririmi ra le kaya naswona mina na tinyungubyisa ririmi ra mina
ho bohlokwa go tseba le ho baballa puo ya rona ya lapeng taba ya pele puo ke karolo ya bohlokwa ya setso ba rona le boitsebahatso ba rona e re hokanya le lefa la rona le setso ya rona hape ke tsela e matla ya ho hlahisa maikutlo a rona ya bobedi ho tsa puo ya rona ya lapeng e re fa monyetla wa ho ikopanya le batho ba tsebang puo ya rona setjhabeng sa rona le lefatshe ka bophara ya boraro ho baballa puo ya lapeng ho thusa ho boloka meetlo for bana ba tlotla ka morao
makadi Africa ini ndinotsitsanyaradzwa tinotaura chimutauro chishona chakanakira kuti mutauro wemadziteguru edu dai zvaibvirawo maidzidzwa mutauro yechishona kuitira vana varamba vachiziva chimutauro chedu chechishona kuti vasakanganwe kwatakabva tinoti metsi English hatizinzwisisi asi dai maidzidziswawo chishona kuitira kuti tinzwisise vana vedu vakwanisa kunzwisisa chishona
zvakakosha kutaura mitauro yedu kuti tisakanganwe kwatinobva
om verskillende tale te leer en te verstaan. Om verskillende tale te verstaan maak 'n wêreld om verskillende kulture, oortuigings te verstaan en gee jou 'n platform om jou kommunikasievaardighede te verbeter. My style is Afrikaans.
That was really nice, but indeed parting is such sweet sorrow. But we will meet again, same time, same place, here on SABC 2, SABC Plus, as well as SABC Lehae. Empa ho tswa ho nna bonolo mo atledi Miss B, morara Miss T, mo atledi the Bon. It's goodbye.
Unfortunately, that is all we had for you today, but worry not, we will see you bright and early at 6:30 on Saturday morning. Remember, after school is after school. Mna nawe siyakudibana ngexesha elizayo. Bye.